So hey everyone, today we are going to discuss a problem and the name of the problem is pattern 13. Okay, so what does the problem statement say? That problem statement says that we have given an input n, and for that n we need to print a pattern like this. Okay, so let's visualize the shape of this pattern. The shape of the pattern is like a right angle triangle. You can see from here, if I replace all the numeral values with star, then what kind of pattern? It's simply right angle triangle. This is like this one, like this one. This is simply what? This is simply like right angle triangle. So right angle triangle looks like how? It looks like this one. So this is what? Right angle triangle. So this is the pattern like this, and we have already discussed the code for this part. Okay, so we don't need to worry about this. Now move on toward the numeral part. Okay, so let me consider a test case. The sample test case. In the sample test case, they have given a in the sample input they have taken an input n equals to 6, and for n equals to 6 they have shown us the output, like what kind of output we need to print for n equals to 6. So let's discuss this here. So for example, if we are having the value n equals to 6, let's discuss the last line. What's the last line showing is us? So what's the line showing us is that is the first way. Our first value is 1, our next value is 5, and the next value is 10, and again it is 10, again it is 5, it is 1. So can I say that this value is symmetrical? This value is symmetrical around this point. If I'm talking about the last line, can I say this value is symmetrical about this point? And if I'll talk about the upper line, that is about this one. So can I say this is symmetrical? This is symmetrical about this one, because leaving the 6, they both are symmetrical from the left as well as from right. So in the previous in the earlier classes, we have learned a formula. That is what we have learned about combinations, how much combinations it can form. So for example, if I'm considering it as a nc0, if I'm considering, we have a formula that is nc0 is what? That is n factorial upon n minus 0 factorial into what? Into that is what? If it is k, so can I say that if it is k, can I say that this is n minus k, and into this could be k factorial. So this is the formula for what? This is formula for calculating nck. And we also know this. We also know one thing, that is what? That is what? nck is always equals to what? nc n minus k. nc n minus k. It means nc n minus k. For example, let's consider a case here. Let's consider a case where the value of nc0, I'm saying, if I'm saying that this formula will work, so it must be satisfying all the conditions. So let's discuss this this one test case. Okay, so if I'm considering it as a if I'm allocating the row values as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my fifth row, and also I'm allocating the column value that will also start from 0. So what could it be? This is again 0, it could be 1, it could be again 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5. Okay, so I'll tell you this thing, why I'm considering from 0, because in the previous lectures what we are doing was we are starting from I equals to 1 and we are running up till I less than equals to n. But here we are not doing the same thing, so I'll tell you that, don't worry about this. But firstly, what I'm saying, just listen it carefully. Okay, so I'm saying this, that is 5ck, that is here my the value was what? The column value was what? 5c1. This is my row is 5, and the combination it formed with column, so that is 5c1 must be equals to what? This is 5c n minus k. So what is n minus k? That is n is 5 and it could be 4. Okay, so I am saying 5c1 must be equals to 5c4 for satisfying this condition. So let's do it. So what is 5c1? 5 factorial upon 5 minus 1 factorial, that could be 4 factorial into 1 factorial. So if I'll simply solve it, it is going to give me 5. Okay, because 4 factorial will cut out the rest of the part, and the remaining part will be 5. Okay, if I solve the 5c4 factorial, then what will happen? So 5c4 is what? It's simply what? 5 factorial. It is what? 5 factorial upon 5 minus 4 factorial into 4 factorial. 5 minus 4 is 1 into 4. It is also again equals to 5. So from here, whatever I have assumed, that is the correct thing. Okay, so that is the correct one. This series is nothing. This is what? This is simply going on like this. This is a nc0. This is like nc0 still ncn series. This is starting from nc0 and running up till ncn. Okay, and from here, and my series will is going to be started from 0 and running up till n. Okay, so let's discuss the case why I'm starting from 0. Okay, so let me show you one more thing. That is what? if I'm saying this, I need to print 5 values. I'm starting from 0. And I'm saying this, that is, if we need to print 5 values and I'm starting from 0. So then what, from up till when I need to print? For example, if I'll say, if I am printing the values from 0 to 5, but not up till 5, till less than 5, then it must conclude total 5 values. For example, if I'm printing 0, I'm printing 1, I'm printing 2, I'm printing 3, and I'm printing 4. How much values these are? These are total 5 values. So I have done with this part. That is 1. If I am printing 1, if I'll start my pointer from 1, then I have to consider equals to 5. But if I'm starting from 0, then I have to run a loop that is still less than 5. Okay, so let's consider a case why let me discuss why we are starting from 0, because it has a reason. Because if we clearly see about this part, if we'll clearly see about this part is nothing, this is 5C0. So this is NC0, this is NC0. From, if we want to satisfy this condition, we need to code it according to the situation. So our condition will, like, that is where they have to start from 0. So that's why I'm in this part, what we are, I'm starting my rows from 0 as well as my columns from 0. Okay, so how, like this I'm going to code it. So let's move on toward the code part. I hope you'll get the thing what we need to code in. Firstly, what we need to do is, we need to simply start from row. We have to start from row as 0, and we have to start from column as well as from 0. But here one thing also comes, that is what, if this is a fifth line, if I'll say that I'll run a loop that is from 0 till less than 6. If I'll run this, then what does it mean? How many values I'm printing? I'm just printing, here my n is 6, and I'm printing that from 0 to 6. Then how many much values I'm printing? That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 0, 5. So how many values are there? That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is 3, this one is 3. We are printing total 6 values, and the same amount of values we need to print. In this line, we need to print -1 value. In this, again -1, again previous -1. I mean -1 here, -2 here, -3 here, so on, -4 here, -1 here. Okay, so such kind of values we need to print. Let's move on toward the code part, how we are going to code it. Firstly, I need to take input for n. So just taking input for n, and after taking input for n, what I need to do, I need to start my loop from 0, because the condition start from 0. Because if I'm saying this 5C0, because the first value is not nothing, it is 5C, it is NC0. So for that, my row and column must be following this thing. For example, if we consider a test case for 5, so in this case I can like, this is a test case for 6. So in this 6, what is this value? This is nothing, this is 5. This is what? This is 5C0. And again the value, what? That is 5C1. So I can, again the value was what? That is 5C2. And it is what? It is 5C3. And we know that is NCK is equals to n minus k. So that's why it's going to run, it's holding this condition. So that's why we need to print, we need to go with the conditions. So that's why what we are doing is, we are going to implement it like that is, for int I equals to n, I don't need to start from 0. I need to not need to start from 1. I need to start from 0, and I'll loop till this one. Okay, and I'll write the condition for jth part also, and j equals, they will also run from 0 till j less than what? J less than equals to j less than what? J will run till less than equals to I, and here j plus plus. So why am I am writing this less than equals to? Because in the first line I need to print what? 0 less than equals to 0. So I need to print single value. But in the next line, what I need to print? I need to print two values. So if I wrote it like this, if it's less than, if I'll write the condition like the j must be less than. So in from here, what will happen? A single value is going to be printed in the second line. But I want two values, because in the second line, what will happen? I value increases to 1. So j is less than, so in this case 0 less than I, it will print first value. But with the second value, what will happen? J is 1 and the I is also 1. So 1 is not less than 1. So this is not going to be printed. So that's why I am writing this at this thing. So here what I need to print? I need to print something. So let's discuss what something I need to print. And here And here what I need to print, I am just initializing a variable that is answer. That is answer. That is what my answer, first answer will be 1. Okay. Or I can say that is nc nc0, nc0, or I can say I'm just saying this, that is my first value. I'm just making it as a first value is first, I'm initializing first with 1. Okay. So in the next, what I need to do is I have to make some changes. I need to print first, and after printing first, I need to print spaces. So that is what I need to print space. So how I am going to print, that is simply slash t. So what will happen? It will simply print nothing. It will print 1 1 1 1 1. But my answer was not 1. I need to print the series of, that is I need to print nc0. I need to print all the combinations, that is nc0, nc1, nc3. We are having one more thing which we can go on. That is what, let's assume you are at this position. Okay. So for example, you are at this position, you are at the 0th position, and you need to find the value for the first position. Then how you are going to find it? So we have a formula for that. What is that formula? That is what, if you want to find out the value for nc, that is nc k plus 1, let's write over it here. Actually the pen was not working fine. Let's say this one. Yeah. If I want to find the value for 5c1, okay, if I want to find the value for 1, what I need to do is I am having a formula. That is what, if I need to find the value for 1, if I'm at the 0th, I'm at initially at 0. If I'm at 0, I can find, while standing at 0, I can find the value for 1. How I am going to find it? That is, the next value will, my next value will be nothing. It is what, that is 5c0, that is 5c0, 5c0 into nothing. That is what I'm, my row is what, that is I, minus column is what, that is j, I minus j upon j, upon that is what, upon j plus 1. This is nothing, that is j plus 1. So you can see from here what I have, what I'm saying, that is I was initially at 0th position, and being at standing at 0, I'm going to find the first answer for my first position. So that is what, 5c0 is what, that is nothing, that is 1. And I minus j is what, that is nothing, that is what, I minus my row is 5th row. I'm at the 5th row, and the column was 0. Initially I was at column at 0. If I'm standing at the 0th column, I need to do is what, that is 0 plus 1. So that is 5. So I can clearly say this, my next value will be what, my next value is nothing. It is what, it is simply 5. And so what was the general formula? I have just simply wrote over this for this situation. If I'll wrote it for general one, how can I write it? This is what, nc k plus 1, nc k plus 1 is equals to what, nc, I mean equals to what, nc k minus 1. Sorry, I mean, yeah, I mean k, nc k, because I'm subtracting from minus 1 from it. So that is what, that is nothing, that is nc k into, that is what, into just one second, into what, into what, into, that is what, into n minus k. So here n is what, here n is showing my row, and the k is showing the column. And again here what is, that is what, that is k plus 1. I need to make it k plus 1. So this is the general formula which I can say it will help me to find out the next values. Whatever will be the next value, we can find by using this formula simply. Okay, so let's implement that formula. So for example, if I want to find the next value, I'll make a variable that is next. Okay, so what will be my next value? That is what, this is nothing, this is nothing, this is what, I need to simply do this thing. That is what, I always sorry, just one second, I always knowing the previous value. That was what, that was already stored in the first, that is already stored in what, that is on the stored in the first. So I'm storing it as first into, what I need to do is I need to make it like I minus j. So that is what, I minus j. And here what I need to from what I need to divide it, I need to divide it with j plus 1. Sorry, I need to divide it with j plus 1. So I'll do that part also. So let's make it like this. And after doing this, what I need to do is I need to assign in the first value. Because why? Because I am printing simply the first value. So for that, I need to assign the first in the next value. So now after doing this, after completing with the first, I need to move on toward the second line. So what I'm doing is I'm just writing system.out.println, simple thing. Let's run this code. There was an error. arithmetic exception by 0. How does that error? Exception in thread main Java. Let's see what we have. What were the mistake which we have done here is I'm printing j less than n, that was fine. I'm making I plus plus, that is fine. And here I'm printing the value, and after printing I'm making the next value as first. The previous value, that was first value, into I minus j, that is I minus j divides by j plus 1, everything is fine, and I'm assigning it into it. So nothing. What is the mistake here? Let's do one more thing. I need to print space, and I have done with this. So to print space system.out.print, and in the next value I'm just run it again. Yeah, so here it's not working fine. Why it's not working? Let's j less than I less than what is happening? It's not printing the correct thing. Why it's not printing? It's printing 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1. So let's discuss it. Let's dry run it again. So what was the mistake I have made here? That was I equals to 0. I'm starting from I equals to 0 and running till I less than n. And for that n, what I'm doing is for each of the value. Okay. There is nothing. The mistake is this one. My first value is always 1 whenever I'm starting. For example, if I'm at the second row, or if I'm at the third row, my first value is always 1. Now it increases. So for that, I need to make sure that always my value will be 1. So that's why. So now it's working fine. So let's submit this code again. It got submitted. I hope you like the solution. If you like the solution, please hit the like button. Up till then, bye bye. Let's meet out in the next video.